Well done, Mrs. Underwood. Yes, my son flies kites, dances with dogs, and I know that you've been getting some great, I hope you got some good photographs of Tristan today as well. Thank you for letting your son be so delightful. Delightful. Okay, sorry, friend. Okay, it said my name at the top. I was looking for Kelly's name. Okay. Kelly knows there's more to us than meets the eye. Yeah. And she knows part of this because of her work as a vocational counselor, working with persons with diverse abilities in the employment sector, and she's also raising an amazing 8-year-old. And she's helping the rest of us get rid of the ghosts in our closets. What do we mean by that? Well, Kelly is the co-vice president with the longest running Paranormal Society in British Columbia. Please give her a warm welcome.
You've all heard that thing when you're really nervous talking in front of a group of people, you imagine them in their underwear. I'm going to imagine y'all are ghosts in your underwear. So I'm a little bit nervous. So you see me with my headphones on. This is my normal garb going to an investigation. And my case over here has got all my gear in it. And if you guys ever want to take a look at it tonight, just come up to me and I'll show it to you and show you how it works. So how did I become a paranormal investigator? Well, funny story. Started when I was a little girl, and it's funny because I never really thought that I belonged here. Don't ask me how I felt that way, I don't know. I just knew that there was more to us than that. I never bought into religion or anything like that. My grandmother was very religious, and I actually kind of feared it because it didn't make sense to me. But I always felt that there was more to us than our physical bodies. How is it that when we die, we no longer exist? To me, that just didn't make any sense. So that was always a really big thing for me, a big search for me, if you will. So, I've had a few experiences through my life, some pretty profound ones. My family thinks I'm nuts. So that's okay. I found my new paranormal family, one of them sitting in the audience over here. My co-VP, Amy, yay! So I've had some pretty profound experiences that I couldn't explain in some of the places that I've lived in. And again, everyone thought I was nuts. Fast forward in time, I had a child, I'm a single mom, I work, I don't have time for anything else, but I have time for the paranormal. Forget the boyfriends. So I moved into a basement suite a few years ago in Coquitlam, my son and I instantly knew that there was something there. I went to bed one night, and just as I crawled into bed, my door creaked open. And I could almost follow footsteps going around my bed. And it triggered one of the floorboards that creaked and made my antique dresser creak. So I knew something was there. And then my son started having experiences, and at the time he was about 4 years old, and he told me on 2 occasions that he had seen an arm, one coming out of my bedroom door, and one time in the morning when we were getting ready for school and work, and I watched him as he went to the kitchen and went to flick on the light, getting ready for the morning, and I literally saw him leap back. So I knew that what he saw was real. He kept looking back, having his breakfast, looking back, to make sure nothing was there. So I really validated that for him because I've had my own experiences. So after a while, I re-hooked up with an old friend of mine from elementary and high school, and on Facebook, and I saw that she was part of a Facebook paranormal group, so of course I joined. So it re-piqued my interest in the paranormal. I I soon became admin in 2 or 3 different international paranormal groups online, and they became a family to me, and they actually helped me to go after my passion, my dream of becoming a paranormal investigator. I didn't think that that was possible. It's something I've always really, really wanted, my very biggest passion in life. And so one day I put my son in daycare, and I took the day off work, and I grabbed my iPhone and I went down to Fort Langley, and I did my own little afternoon investigation, and I caught something. So I went back home and I put up my audio on Facebook, and my fellow admins taught me how to analyze audio, and they got me started. I soon joined the Vancouver Paranormal Society, and I'm now co-vice president. So there's that. So now I'm going to share some evidence with you. One is, what I'm going to show you is 3 pictures. And these are from the State Falls Powerhouse, where we host public investigations, where the public actually gets to investigate with us. Well, in this first picture, you're going to see a woman sitting there and a man beside her, and typically in our photographs, we use IR cameras, IR lights, and we'll take a succession of shots. We're hoping that we catch something in one of those shots, and we have one picture without the image on one side, and the same on the other side, so that it validates what we're capturing. So here's the first picture. There's nothing there. This woman here had felt somebody standing beside her. Who's ever felt that kind of chilly ting? Yeah. So you get cold, you get tingly, and you just feel kind of creeped out. Well, that's how she was feeling. And in the next shot, we capture that. And now the story is, now if I get this right, if I get this wrong, I have Amy to back me up here, because I wasn't at this particular investigation. The story is there's an old worker that was there. I think his name is Robert or Bob, or we've got several EVPs from this location with the same kind of name. And Amy and I both have seen him as well. So there's this picture in the next shot. He's gone. Who else has had experiences with the paranormal? Yeah? Anyone seen full body apparitions? Yeah? Who wants to share one with me? You. Yeah, you.
I used to have an office just down on Cordova.
Yeah.
In a building that has an elevator that is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
On the floor that I had my office, down the hall is the bathroom, down the long hall. And I was coming out, and he was going down the hall.
Oh, interesting.
And there's a story that there is somebody who is in that building. And I'm not the only person who's seen him, other people have seen him.
We'll have to have a chat after. We're always looking for more venues to investigate. One more before I carry on with my audio clip. Anyone else want to share something? Yes.
I always remember, I woke up when I was about 7 years old, and there was a red-headed man. It was 6 or 7, the early 80s.
Yeah.
And he was beside my bed tying his shoes. Like, he had his runner's number on.
Oh,
In
cool.
the back of him, and I'll never forget that. And I was like blinking, like kind of, but I wasn't scared, but he was tying his shoes, and he was just right beside my bed.
Oh, wow, interesting. And never saw him again?
No.
Oh, cool. So the next one I'm going to share with you, is an audio clip. So here's the story. Amy would come over and help me investigate my basement suite that I told you about. We did many, many investigations. Well, this one evening, Amy was over. Her phone and her camera were fully charged. Within like 10, 15 minutes, I think it was, maybe 20 minutes, they were completely devoid of their charge. So they lost their charge. And the theory goes is that an energy or a spirit will use that energy. They'll drain the batteries in order to manifest. So that usually happens just before a manifestation, whether it's going to be a visual or audio manifestation. So I'm gonna play this, and I want you to tell me what you hear. You're gonna hear Amy and I talking, but you're gonna hear something else.
Little 20 minutes after you leave out. No, because it was really cheap. We were charged.
So did you hear that? What do you think he said? So he said, haha, ni hao. So, chills. I'm a paranormal investigator and I still get the chills when I hear this stuff, but I love it. So the story goes is that I have a friend of mine who's a public figure in Chicago, and she runs a paranormal team as well out there, and she's a public figure, and she also works with the Archdiocese. Well, she's one of my fellow admins in one of the Facebook groups I was telling you about, and she and I would message each other, and she said, Kelly, you have an Asian man in your house. So 2 weeks later, Amy was over, and I asked this entity, who we call Han, because I have many EVPs stating his name now, I asked him to say hello to Amy. I wish I had this one. I should have shared it. I can share it with any of you afterwards if you'd like. And I asked him to say hello to Amy, and he said, some say. And it was really, really loud. We couldn't figure out what that meant in Cantonese. When it finally occurred to me, he's saying, well, some might say hello, some might say ni hao. There you go. So yeah, I'm available afterwards if you have any questions. We will be holding some public events. I'd love to share my paranormal stuff with everybody, my equipment. All right, thank you.